We had an inter-club speech contest recently, and unfortunately, because of rain and traffic, Harry was unable to contest in that inaugural speech contest, which was won by DJ Divinity. I wonder whether you'll have been able to beat us. Let us welcome Harry to the lectern.
60 years ago, my grandfather, at the behest of the British colonial government, left his central province home and found refuge as a male in the British Valley town of Njoro. 30 years ago, my father took up a job teaching at Egerton University in Njoro because he felt that the genial multi-ethnic community provided the best place for his children to develop. And so I too, last year, determined to be the third generation in our family to find his future in Njoro, went to Njoro to find my future. So I laid out my plans for an investment, a rural outsourcing center that would pioneer in Njoro and spread to other rural towns in Kenya. This center would rival the much heralded Karanjas City in its ease of setup, its impact to the community, and the value that it would offer to its customers. My father once told me a story about hyenas, that if a hyena notices you walking alone, it will start training you, waiting for your swinging hand to fall off so that it will pounce on it. Now, my own hands I don't think are falling off, but I know the value of bringing others on board to caravan. So, fellow Toastmasters and invited guests, today I don't want you to walk alone. Walk with me. Walk my path. Walk my path, live your urban lives, and find your future in the rural towns. When I told my friends about this, they thought that I was absolutely nuts. They told me it's never going to work. You will never find the infrastructure to support such an investment. You will not get qualified personnel to run these centers. And you will not be welcome where these ethnic communities are different from your own. So I had to take a step back, base my reasons, not on emotion, but on fact. And happily, what I found is that my friends' fears could not be further based from reality. I traversed the breadth and width of this beautiful country to determine the truth. In the gold fields of Migori County, Nyatike, and up to the sugarcane plantations of Bayedo, I found diverse ethnic communities welcoming me as one of their own. Deep in Kerio Valley, next to the Forest of Mountains, I found a primary school with Superwall technology that is far advanced to what we're using in our own universities, training the future knowledge workers. And in South Meru, past Mitungu, I found a community that had been transformed by technology, whereby a barren wasteland had been converted into wealth-generating banana plantation. But my most prodigious travel was to the town of Mbale, the home of my maternal grandfather. This town perched on the hills of Taita overlooking the Boy Plains. It was a beautiful place. And when I went there, I paid a visit to my elderly aunt, an old woman whose house was perched on top of a 60-degree incline. And I was amazed as she found out the hill that I followed, totally labored into the physical infelicities of my sedentary lifestyle. Like her, most of the villages were grizzly beards and sun-weathered crow's feet. And I asked them, where are the young people? Where are the young people? And a strong but wrinkled finger pointed at the coastal city of Mombasa. Not for jobs. It's the same reason that I left Njoro to come to Nairobi, to better my economic status. And with many others, we came to be millionaires, but instead, we were the millionaires to the spoils, to the scraps of the spoils of what the true owners of Nairobi had already shared among themselves. It is this dream of success in Nairobi that at the same time inspires us yet sharpens us. For until we can break the notion that success is only found in Nairobi, we are forever bound by the false promise of urbanity. But it doesn't have to be that way. Things are changing. We are a generation at the cusp of once-in-a-lifetime already, devolution is kicking in, and hundreds of billions of shillings are going to be poured into these rural towns. And this presents an opportunity for all of us. Young graduates, you no longer have to spend month after month tarmacking to look for the few jobs that Nairobi has to offer. Instead, you can free yourself, release yourselves, walk with me, walk my path. You can become the managers and entrepreneurs of these outsourcing centers. Middle-class professionals, teachers, doctors, engineers, lawyers. You found comfort and security in Nairobi, but at the expense of being pushed farther and farther away from the center, left to compete at the fringes for so little. Your investments and experience can make you the royalty of these burgeoning county economies if you can walk with me and walk my path. Nairobi elites, you too, whose names adorn our streets and our buildings, who manufacture our bread and butter, you too have opportunity from shopping malls to housing estates. And if your souls cannot tread this path, then by God, let your wallets walk with me, and they will find generous return. When I was in Bali, and my aunt noticed that I'd fallen behind, she stopped and she looked back and gave me her hand. Because sometimes you need someone to pull you up and show you where your true promise lies. And as I ascended to the top of that hill, and my temples were kissed by the heavenly air, I realized that in this path lay the future. But not just for me, but for you and you. So let's walk together and create urban opportunities for rural communities.
Thank you, Harry, for giving us the opportunity to listen to that speech. As it is the tradition of